Right. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Gonna be jumping into more Mass Effect here in a moment. Let's see what all happened last week. We started off. We needed to get evidence to convince the council that Saren was up to something. So we pursued getting in contact with Garrus, trying to get his assistance. Recruited him to join us in the process. Um, but during that hunt, we were also directed uh, to this guy Fist, who was doing some was part of the Shadow Broker, doing some deals and had information, or could point us to people who had information. Um, and that led us to recruiting Rex, a Krogan who was had a hit on him, was trying to take him out. So we got him in our fold. Went and stopped Fist and found out where I'm blanking on the species. Another person who did have the information was. We saved her and Tali, so she ended up joining us as well. And so from all that evidence that she had, which was a recording of Saren speaking with someone, revealing they're trying to bring back the Reapers, was enough to convince the council to strip him of his Spectre duties and basically put him on the run. Shepard was accepted in as a Spectre, and then we were essentially tasked with hunting Saren down. So we finally got to start exploring. Captain Anderson stepped down, leading the Normandy, which put us in charge. And so then we were able to start navigating to different planets. And I was incredibly shocked by the scale. Just from the Citadel, the number of times you had to zoom out before you could travel really drove home the sense of scale in that game. Thought it was really, really cool. And then we got to do our first exploring, first time driving the Mako around on a planet, which was a little tricky at first to get used to. But once I got a feel for it, it wasn't too bad. And yeah, I think that pretty much gets us up to where we are now. So we had wrapped up one quest, several side missions and stuff. But we finished up the distress call. I think the strange transmission I wanted to do first before jumping back to the main story. So we need to go to the Century system in the Hawking Ada cluster. Yeah, we had checked all of these ones out because I think these were just scans and stuff. Yeah, there's other ones. So that's... There is another thing here. Maybe we'll glance at this quickly. Already getting sidetracked, but I don't mind because there's just so much stuff. Let's see. Standard hydrogen helium gas giant, no remarkable features. That's unfortunate for him. Vibonok, small terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere, krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of carbonaceous material, water, ice, and low-density silicates. Rare but concentrated loads of light metal have been deposited by asteroid impacts. One hemisphere of Vibonok is covered by surface deposits of oxidized copper. Approximately 270 years ago, a Turian bulk gas transport was attacked by pirates in the Phoenix system. Damaged, it made a rough landing on Vibonok. The heat of the landing melted significant quantities of surface ice, and ruptured shipping containers spilled blocks across the surface. Before this evaporated and escaped Vibonok's weak gravity, it reacted to cause widespread rust. cobalt deposit there. So we got 2 more to check out. So we'll glance at this one first. Okay, so that's where we can land. So I'm going to circle back to that. Unless I could land on 2. Okay, just 1. Ptashi is a sun-blasted terrestrial world whose atmosphere was blasted away millennia ago by the star Phoenix. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of iron with deposits of tin. Due to its relatively low density, Ptashi is tidally locked to Phoenix. Seas of molten light metals cover much of the sunward side. Deposit of samarium. Yeah, nothing else there, so we'll go check out Toontown. Enormous low-density terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of methane and helium. Despite being nearly 20 AU from Phoenix, the star's great heat and the insulating thickness of the atmosphere make the surface surprisingly temperate. Crust is mainly composed of sodium and silicon dioxide with deposits of various light metals. When Toontown is not habitable, the relative pleasantness of the surface conditions make it a popular location for small ships traveling through the Argus Rip cluster to land for drive discharge. So yeah, let's go land here and explore quick. Garrus and Tally. Okay. Dropping down in the Mako. I'm gonna have to double check the controls for it again. I only did it once at the end of last week's stream. So let's see. Vehicle, okay. WASD, left mouse shoot, right's cannon. R is to repair, space is jump, booster shift, and exit's Q. Got it. Okay. Oh, wait, wrong. So let's go there first. I feel like I need to go around a little bit. Yeah, okay. I've only been to like 2 of these planets so far, but they did such a good job just already with these 2, like giving them a distinct feel still. Makes it very fun to get to explore all these different ones. Whoa. I think that... Okay. We'll get turned around eventually. That went nicely. I guess we go in there. Oh, cool. Okay, so it's like a whole place to explore. I'm assuming... There will... Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in here. There's one.
Take cover!
Okay. Rest are up top, it seems. Was an invisible one. Unless that was Tali who did that. I think the rest might be upstairs. As soon as we... Okay, it's gonna be back. Oh! Oh! Oh, wow, that was a lot of damage. Oh! Hope it autosaved when I walked in. Okay. Well, first death. Deserved for me not paying attention. We know where we need to go. Okay. So there's two guys outside of here. Still need to take them out again. Alright. So let's try this again. And you know what? We'll just do another save quick. Do we see anybody? Wonder if I can... Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I think it's G actually to... Ace spots.
Fire in the hole!
Sniper. How do I heal again? I haven't actually been in a situation where I've needed to use healing during combat. First aid's V. Okay. Alright. Okay, took him out. 2 left. Damage. There we go. Okay, that guy had hands. Okay, the other 2 are up top. We can do this first. Oh. Hope she enjoys her packages. Okay. Let's go 1-1. Go 2 into charm. Garrus. Let's get decryption maxed out quick. Do 1 there. Also decryption maxed out. Basic armor increased. Alright. There. Trying to deal with them like that. Oh, that's bad. Okay.
Perimeter secured.
Jeez. Oh, I guess I could have shot those from down there. But... Alright, those guys were tough. Ooh, okay. Medkit. Take those. Use Omnigel. Obviously made for Crow. Seems worthless, rusted, dented from 100 battles. Turian must have secured it for some reason. There's nothing else of value. Interesting. Okay. Oh, a second med kit was hidden back there. Alright.
Just lead the way.
That was cool. Tricky, but very cool. I think it was the first time really encountering like some dangerous combat. So let's head back to the Mako. And we'll continue exploring. This is not any specific mission. I was just kind of exploring the planet here. Yeah, so I checked out the hidden structure. There's debris and an anomaly to check out. Yeah, this is... I just clicked on the planet and went here quick. But I did get a quest out of it. Yeah, got family armor for Rex. So once we finish up here and go back to the ship, I have a gift for him. It is giving me some good practice with driving the Mako around. But definitely that first planet I did, it took me a bit to get used to it. As I proceed to flip it. What is that out there? Oh, it was nothing. Stuff just didn't put it fully. Yeah, the first planet I went to at the end of the stream last week, I spent a ton of time driving around looking, not realizing that I could just pull up the map and see exactly where to go. So I definitely wasted a little time there. But it is very, like, the sense of scale, I think they did an excellent job with for them all, for trying to navigate around to check stuff out. Like, it's not just like you land on a teeny section of the planet and there's not a lot of effort to get where you need to go. You do have to kind of travel a bit and navigate the terrain. There it is. Alright, that's pain. Alright. We'll just have to come back at some point, I guess. This one is definitely much rockier than the other planet I was on. That one's pretty flat for the most part. So this is like, it's bumpy but not excessively steep, so it still feels possible to navigate. Deposit. Maybe I just did that wrong. Ha. Alright, let's keep going to that one. I'll go back to it. Yeah, it's totally possible that that's just a thing I didn't realize I could do. I assumed that when I would interact with something, it would just check the like combined skills of the team. If that's not the case, then yeah, I'll have to go back because I think I have both of them maxed out for electronics. No. Her electronics is only there, so maybe I don't actually have enough. I don't know. If it is a check for the specific character that's doing it, then maybe I have to go back. Okay, so it looks like, is that something there, or is that just a rock? Alright.
En route.
Cover artifact. You found one of Matriarch Dillinaga's writings on this body. It's possible the writings came from the nearby ruins. Let's go. Just look at this. Is there anything to these ruins? Okay. Wasn't sure if there was going to be like an entrance or something else to do with it. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so let's run back. So I guess I'll go back to check on if I could just send someone else to interact with that thing. Because if I can, that makes it way easier. This is going to be too steep. I can do it. Yeah, I can't imagine what this would have been like to control originally if it's been improved. Like, it, for the most part, I think it handles decently. Like, I think once I understood what I was doing, but yeah, I could see how it would have been trickier. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so my electronic skill's too low.
On me!
Oh, wrong. Let me double check controls and see if, or key bindings. Is there anything? Nope. Okay. So I guess it does just look at the combined skill. So. That's fine. I mean, I genuinely have no clue how some of it works, so it's like, might as well check. Because if it did work, then I would have known as well. Alright, so let's go say hi to Rex quick. Tell him about this armor I found. So yeah, he was back here. No, I gotta go down. Still getting used to the layout of the Normandy. Yeah, there he is.
Shepard?
Found something of
I
yours.
found this armor. Does it belong to you?
Let me see. Damn. This is it. Hard to believe my ancestors wore this piece of crap. But at least it's back where it belongs. Thanks, Shepard. I might be starting to like you after all.
Okay, yeah, nothing else I
You
can
getting
talk
soft
there.
on me, Rex?
Just because I like you doesn't mean I wouldn't kill you.
Alright. Did a nice good deed for him. Alright, so now head back up. And what is that system again? Sentry system in the Hawking Ada cluster. So we did Argus Row fully now. Hawking Ada cluster. Okay, there's only one system here. So yeah.
Message
Go.
coming in, Commander. Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hulking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance. And I believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard.
Okay.
They call him
All right.
Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes.
It's a religious
Major
cult
Kyle
now.
never showed
Okay,
any
yeah, maybe
tendencies himself, though.
do something about
I think
that.
he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
Missing Alliance officers.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed him.
Major Kyle.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
Maybe I can
I
reason.
might be able to end this without violence.
You serve with him. He might listen to you. But he's already killed 2 Alliance representatives. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Okay. Let's just inspect. Thoropto is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. It has over 100 moons and an extensive ring system composed of pulverized rock, presumably the debris from shattered moons. Scanning the planet Thoropto, you discovered a tiny moon with some odd readings. Further scans by Chief Engineer Adams revealed a destroyed escape pod. Your salvage team recovered the components and found a League of One medallion. Cool. Tamahira. Thin atmosphere, carbon dioxide, and xenon. Surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide with deposits of calcium. It contains a few unremarkable metals, but mainly consists of rock. The presence of canyons and floodplains indicates that liquid water once existed, suggesting Tamahira had a thicker insulating atmosphere in the past. Hey, yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with it. Right? First time playing through it, so I'm figuring out a lot as I go. But yeah, really, really cool so far. Terrestrial world of average size, Canctra's atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and argon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of calcium. Aside from some spectacular formations of water ice at the poles, the planet has little to recommend it. While scanning the planet, you detected a significant deposit of cobalt. Pressrop is where we're landing. It's the moon of Plendagon. It is a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals. Alliance has opened bidding for the moon's mineral rights, but exploitation will be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core. The ring is an area of intense star formation and too dangerous to safely travel. Pressrop's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping ridges and geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit the moon's mineral riches. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives. Alright. Sounds like that's where we want to land. What could possibly go wrong after already dying once? Yep. Roll with this squad. Wish I could pilot the Mako that cleanly. Let's do a quick save. Even though I think it auto-saves the moment I landed. Okay. So anomaly, biotic compound, and debris. So let's go to the anomaly first and just work our way over. Is it really that small, or is that... Curiosity. Yeah, it's definitely not that one, so what's over here? We're definitely not heading towards that right now, so... Oh. 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 No, thank you. Okay, please say it didn't just heal back to full, though. Okay. We could tank it now. Can we tank it? Oh no. Come on out. Not where I am, necessarily. Alright. Well, we just burned through a ton of Omni Gel. Come on out. Okay. Is that like the only one? Okay. Glad to know that's the thing that I can just encounter. And hope I don't encounter too many more of them. Unless there's Mako upgrades you can do, in which point I won't mind because I can deal more damage. What's this one? We have to go up on this side first and around. Not too bad to climb up this. Okay, two things here, and then something over there still. Okay, I gotta climb up a little more. Alright. Just kind of coast down. Alright, so what do we got here? Some ancient debris. Digging under the beacon revealed a piece of scrap metal, likely from a very old freighter. It was marked on one side with the Macedon outpost insignia. Front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by its tires, silent in the near vacuum atmosphere. Okay. Seems like they had a bad time. But there is... It's not going to be too steep. It's too steep. Alright, maybe if I hit it from here... There we go. There is something over this way. My map showed something. Right. It's like on top of this. I don't know that I can move that out. Maybe over there. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting on top of that anytime soon. Alright. I think we're gonna just do an easy reset here. Head back down to the planet. Kind of ended up in... Yeah, that was something I was anticipating would happen eventually. Like, the piloting itself, I don't think is too bad. It's more the... Once you end up in a spot where you're, like... It's not worth the effort to try to get out of that spot. You're better off just resetting entirely. That's been more what I expected to eventually happen. Yeah, and somehow I missed the convenient road that leads right to the thing that I was trying to get to. So... This is why just resetting it was worth it. Yeah. A cluster of prefab utility shacks have a distinctly ramshackle look to them. A set of rover tracks lead over the mountain ridge to the southwest. Okay, so this is... Okay. This is what probably led to that crashed area. I got a lot of equipment to check back over here. Anything that's an upgrade. Medium armor. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Let's see, Garrus. Any upgrades for him? Give him the Banshee 2. Yeah, go with it. The shotgun. Yeah, doing that. Yeah. I don't know why it's grayed out for him. But... Oh. And then hers. No other upgrades. So let's get some more Omnigel quick before I continue. Yeah, let's Omnigel that. I haven't checked. Yeah. Put that on. Just kind of deck out all this stuff. Let's do heatsink 1. Toxic damage, yes please. Health regen, that's my go-to. We got the heatsink. Rounds on his shotgun. Tali. What is her weapon? Pistols, got it. I want her to have the chemical round. Get her some shields. Garrus. Damage protection. Save quick. We'll just go with that for now. So now I want to go there. Oh. Okay. Way up here. I feel like this is the way I want to go over there. Boundaries pretty close, but I think right here. Okay. Okay, so we're going. Alright, we'll go around this side. Let's just get control back. Right here. This works its way up. Continuing along here. Alright, we're getting close. Hopefully up here there will be an easy way to go up the side of this mountain.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
Okay. Is this steep, but not too steep that I can do it? Okay. I think it will be. So close. There we go. Okay. We can get the rest of the way here. If we do it on this side, I think we can get up. Okay. Okay. Here. Yeah. right down there. Okay. I'll take it. Alright. So we made it to the probe. No. Made it too far. Okay. This one's tricky. I need to do it over here. Alright. So all that's left now is the compound. How do I get there to? I think I'm gonna go up over here. Yeah, this would be way easier if I just go up on this side. Awesome. Glad that those were a hit for. I mean, it definitely seemed like thought it would be, but good to know that it definitely was. Okay, so there's the compound. Go to this ore first. You've successfully surveyed a large deposit of gold. Save before we walk over to this compound, where hopefully we'll have peaceful negotiations. I forgot about that. I was coming over and was like, whoa, what is happening at this compound? But thank you for the bits. Alright, so let's head on in.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
Have to see Major
I need
Kyle.
to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
Here to help.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people can get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
He needs my help.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
To the building at the far end of the compound. Okay. I'm assuming that means... Oh, probably this. Yeah. We'll see what Mother Wayne has to say about it. Now that the matriarchy is established. Let's see. Hi, cultist.
Father, just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly. The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to not have to fight my way out of this if possible. I guess he's in here.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
They're not safe.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you are endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
You can't help
You ordered
them
your
now.
followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen.
Peaceful negotiation.
I'm sorry.
No, this isn't easy.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
I'm gonna trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Your pilot can have an Alliance command patrol pick Major Kyle up.
Okay.
Let's hope you know what you're doing, Shepard.
You should return to the Normandy and notify the Alliance of Kyle's surrender. They'll want a dispatch ship. Okay. So F does not work to return when I'm not in the Mako. So let's make our way out. Just take this stuff from the crate of theirs before I leave. They're not going to need it. Bye, cultists. Hope you have fun in your cult. Now, as far as cults go, they don't seem like the worst. And just based on the track record of some other games I've played recently and the cults that were in those. Alright,
Message coming in.
okay.
Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed. Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident. We'll make sure he gets the help he needs.
Good.
To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was going to end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
Okay. So that's done. I'm going to hold off on exploring any other systems for now. I think I'm going to go to Liara's dig site next. Ooh, but there's 4 to check. Okay, which one is it? Okay, so I got all of these to check out eventually. Explore the uncharted worlds of the Artemis Tau cluster to find her. Okay, so we gotta actually check through all of it. So let's start with Sparta, and we'll just work our way around. Altea is an unusually large terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of methane and ammonia. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of sandstone and other sedimentary rocks with deposit of iron and chlorides. Judging by the sedimentary composition of the crust, it appears that Altea once possessed an atmosphere thick enough to support some form of liquid. What cataclysm stripped the atmosphere and left the planet to freeze is not currently known. No way that's where we're landing, yeah. Tremonor is a dwarf planet composed of light magnesium silicates with deposits of aluminum. The surface is covered by wide swaths of ancient dark basaltic lava, possibly indicating the world was created through an impact with some other body in the system. Tremonor's magnetic field is non-existent. This makes it impossible for ships to dump drive charge from orbit. That said, Tremonor's minuscule gravity allows even cruiser-sized vessels to land safely for direct grounding. So I feel like it's going to be one of these two is where we're landing.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that distress beacon. Small distant Alsages is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of methane and argon. The surface is composed of water, ice, and calcium, with occasional deposits of light metals. During the Alliance's pirate suppression campaign in the 2160s, the Batarian Aluum Rampero was caught with his frigate Tuner and grounded on Alsages for drive discharge. When challenged by the cruiser Hyderabad, Rampero refused to surrender. The Tuneran was destroyed attempting to take off. Debris is strewn across the southern hemisphere. Got some plutonium for that. Antamalka is a large hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in the atmosphere. Its massive gravity well tugs many asteroids from the outer belt inwards, past the orbit of Altea and Daedalus, and eventually settle into the inner belt. Antamalka's orbit is congested with hundreds of captured moons. Most last only a few thousand years before being ejected, dragged down into the atmosphere, or ripped apart by tidal forces and added to the gas giant's immense rings. Attempting to navigate this chaotic environment is hazardous at best. Ships without military-grade kinetic barriers are likely to suffer catastrophic impacts. Let's get some hydrogen from it. Now to land on Daedalus. Terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Daedalus's surface is covered by wide deserts of silicate sand with only a few areas of igneous rock highlands to break the abrasive dust-choked wind. Daedalus's orbit is congested with debris thrown inwards by the gravity of the gas giant Antamalka. Due to a high rate of meteor impacts, exploration is highly dangerous. If that means there's just meteors that randomly land, that would be cool, but also a little stressful. Yeah. Seems like that's the case. Let's do the debris field first. There's a deposit. I think the one thing that's making me really appreciate the vastness of this game is the fact that I really loved Outer Worlds. And I'm incredibly excited for Outer Worlds 2, and to see like a game that did a very similar thing many years earlier, but with more of an emphasis on like just the exploration aspect, whereas Outer Worlds are really just very like planets that have a lot more to do spending time on it, and there's just fewer of them. That was part of what made me very interested in that game to begin with. So it makes it even more shocking to me that I waited so long to play this game, because it has so much of what I love about Outer Worlds. Including like the companions and companion quest stuff. Alright, another skills too low situation. I had a ton of fun with Outer Worlds. I really loved the humor in it. There was definitely times where it was like very on the nose, but that was kind of the point of it, was how it was poking fun and being a big satire on corporations and things like that. So I really enjoyed the game. I still didn't play the second of the 2 DLCs for it. Just never, like, I started it and just never got around to finishing it. But yeah, it was really cool. The second one, I think, looks like a lot of fun too. I think it's leaning even more heavily into the humor, and I don't know for sure how much of it's going to actually land for me, because some of it in the extended like gameplay thing they did was a little like to me, but it still looked like a ton of fun. Okay, mummified Solarian. Crazy that it's this much effort to recover from a mummy. You found Captain Milan's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure. Alright, now the distress signal. Yeah, Outer Worlds is by Obsidian, that made New Vegas and stuff like that. Outer Wilds is that other like space exploration game where you're like on, I don't even remember the like exact premise. I watched a Let's Play of it. I haven't played that one myself. That was like one where it's like you play till you die basically, and then you start back from the beginning. Like, not that it's like a roguelike or something, but that's just the way the game is set up, where you're like on. I can't speak to the premise, so I'm not even going to try to just start rambling and making things up. But yeah, Outer Worlds, I really love by Obsidian. Oh, another one of these. But I'm prepared this time. Okay, good dodge. Okay, not great. Alright, we can't do that. Just to not get hit by it. Past us. Okay, missing. I just tank it here. Not my best showing with it. Alright.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Lured by the distress beacon. It's Metagel.
These men were under Admiral Kahoko's command. He'd want to know what happened.
Okay. Where was that? There it is. We're just gonna get Omni Gel from that. We need it. Alright, back to the Normandy. We hope we will not blow up the Mako. How are we doing next? Okay, we're getting very close to the next level. So we'll check the next cluster. We'll just go clockwise around. So over to Macedon. Okay. Vargalus is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with an abundance of airborne hydrocarbons. So Xenon from that. Padavig is the second of the Macedon system's giant terrestrial planets, and by far the more interesting. Most of the surface is covered by a vast sea of liquid ammonia, in which a unique aquatic ammonia-based biosphere is developed. While the frozen continents are largely bereft of life, a rich bounty of complex organisms, many larger than a human, flourish in the chilly toxic seas. While dreadfully inhospitable to humans, Padavig is suitable for colonization by the Volus. Okay, makes sense. Negotiations between the Systems Alliance and the Volus patrons, the Turian hierarchy, have made good progress. I've done so much reading at work this week, and presentating, I almost said, presenting, that my brain is a little fried with reading things. Orlon is an enormous terrestrial planet, half again the size of Earth. Despite its thick atmosphere, the weak output of the red dwarf Macedon leaves its surface biting cold. The crust is mainly composed of silica, but significant deposits of iron and other industrial metals are present. These lodes may prove rich enough to be profitably mined despite the heavy gravity. You were scanning the planet Protolon when a strange signal came from orbit. Navigator Presley determined the signal was from an ancient beacon. Your salvage team brought the beacon on board and found one of Matriarch Dillinaga's writings in the storage compartment. Yeah. The next few weeks are going to be busy, but it's summer now, so supervisors and stuff are taking vacations, so you gotta cover meetings and things like that. So just a few weeks of hecticness, and then hopefully it'll die down for a few. Alright, Shargila has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperate surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Comm buoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vessels operating nearby. Shargila has an extensive silicone-based oxygen-breathing ecology. Heavily populated areas are covered with fine silica dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. Alright. Garrus, Tally, let's go out there and do it. Ooh, got some grass finally on the planet. Okay. Let's do the debris first. Stronghold is going to be interesting to check out. Okay, I'm glad the Mako heals when I go back. I was worried that it was going to still have the health it had before. It's going to be in a little bit of a pinch. Okay, so it's going to be around this side of this. There it is. Okay, where do I want to go in from here? Cool. always do the wrong click and it takes me back to that. So let's go to the anomaly. And then we'll make our way over to that stronghold. Oh, some enemies over there. Noted. A lot of enemies. And the thing. Oh, that's the stronghold, that's why. Just kidding. We'll come back to that. There's the thing. Right there. Okay, and there's a deposit over there. Okay. What do we have here? Another Asari artifact. It's not clear who lived here, but appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container of the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch Dillanaga's writings. Yeah, a lot of those. Wasn't exactly how I thought it was going to turn when I did that, so still learning some things with the finickiness of these controls. Alright, so let's get to this deposit. Successfully surveyed a large amount of thorium. Alright. So now, stronghold time. And if all those enemies are actually hanging out outside of the stronghold, I feel like the first rocket I shoot is going to level me up. Which will be a little amusing. Oh. Okay. They got hands. One more right there. Alright. Ooh, 28 XP away from the next level. That's gonna happen like as soon as we go in here. Okay, that's a lot. Got it. Oh, you did not stand in that. Alright, before we continue in there, let's take a moment to figure out what I want to do here. Get his assault rifles up. Going into first aid. Do that. For me. Okay, 2 into special training, 1 to charm. 1 to soldier. Nice of the other pirate to take his place. You know what?
Get down!
My depth perception with that is terrible.
Eat this!
Got him. Alright. This is getting a little annoying there.
Go, go, go!
Got him down. Got him down. See, it gives me an indication that I'm hitting him, but it's not like... Okay. It was just being weird. Alright. How many are left?
You must die.
I appreciate them all continuing to just run into the exact same spot. Very considerate of them. Okay, so they're up top, it seems. I think there's one back there somewhere. Something over here. Are you good? Is there a way to, like, climb onto this stuff? Okay. Are they actually running around down here now? Okay, they are down there. Really ran into the hallway right then. Now I'm stuck waiting. Can I just... Alright, I'm just grabbing that in the meantime. We'll just make our way up there. Okay. Not the prettiest, but got done.
All clear.
Okay, so there's 2 floors here to explore. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay. Okay, malfunctioning object. That. Investigate. You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nisana Dantius, an important ambassador on Citadel, are sisters. You should return to Presidium and confront Nisana with this. Interesting. Okay, another hard decryption. Okay, yeah, this one. Jeez. Okay. Cool. So there's still a room on the first floor to check out. Okay, medical station. Okay, cool. I wish I knew how to get. Oh, that's all I had to do. You can climb, just not when you have your weapon out. Got it. Okay. So back to the Normandy. So that's the second one of them explored. So we still haven't found Liara yet. 2 more systems to check out. Missing Marines. You found the dead bodies of the men who served under Admiral Kawaku. Returned to the Citadel Tower to inform the Admiral of their fate. Cool. So I've got a few different things there to do. New weapons. Okay, there's an upgrade there. Nope. 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 And we'll go ahead and just Omni-Gel that. Oh, because I'm back on the planet, so I can only do that. Got it. It's like, why is the rest of the squad not showing? Okay, so we finished that cluster. So we have Athens and Gnosis. Okay, so Pharos. Distant Pharos has seen only a cursory examination by an unmanned probe. It has a trace atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of carbon. Deeper craters have been partly filled by ice, suggesting there may be a significant amount of water locked up beneath its frozen surface. A large ice-bright crater in the southern hemisphere makes the planet visible from the inner system, leading to the planet's name. Scans of the planet Pharos revealed an abandoned base on its moon. The recon team found nothing of interest, but much of the debris was marked with the Magna colony. Okay. Let's check out these 2 inner ones next. Alright, Proteus. Like the Hanner homeworld, Proteus has more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off from Athens raises global humidity to 100%, creates constant cloud cover, and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round. Hot, humid, and storm-racked, Proteus' rare combination of oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere, and carbon-based biosphere nevertheless recommended for colonization. A pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the ocean surface, safe from the worst effects of the weather. Interesting. Large amount of free oxygen. Dope. Salamis. Geological properties of Salamis have been scanned from orbit, but little else is known about it. Due to its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere and proximity to the energetic star Athens, equatorial daytime temperatures have been known to turn the surface molten. The crust is composed of iron with deposits of platinum group metals. Alright, so we got Nausicaa and Circe yet to go. Traces of sodium in the atmosphere give Nausicaa its overall dark gray color, but is otherwise a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant. An abundance of water vapor in the upper atmosphere account for its white clouds. Alright, so guess we're landing. Oh, not landing here. Circe is a modestly sized hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sulfur and chlorine. This give it its striking yellow-green tint. As the development of the Proteus colony continues, Circe will likely be developed for helium-3 mining. Okay. So that's interesting. That is the first system we've gone to where you can't land on any of the planets. They've all had one so far, so I'm assuming that means there's also going to be ones that have like 2 or 3 you could land on. But that's cool. Alright, so we got 5 here as well. Presumably one of these will be the correct one for the story. Small hydrogen-helium gas planet Arcanes has been developed as a full-featured, if modest, stopover for ships hauling refined materials from Therum. In addition to a powerful magnetic field to dump drive charge, Arcanes has a large automated infrastructure of helium-3 refining and deuterium mining on its many water ice moons. Got some nitrogen. Let's check Armeni next. Armeni is a terrestrial world with an unusually thin atmosphere, krypton and xenon. Its surface is composed of silica with deposits of carbonaceous materials. The initial flyby probe of Armeni detected multiple areas of the equator with oddly regular surface protrusions. Closer investigation revealed these as millions of elaborate crypts a few meters below the surface left by a long-extinct spacefaring species called the Zeoth. Many human universities wish to perform archaeological excavations. Council law holds grave sites as sacrosanct. However, and the matter has been tied up in a court for a decade. Okay. So, no way this is where we're landing. Phaistos is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon, surface is scorching hot, and mainly composed of sulfur and various silicates. There is little of interest on the desolate world. So, Therum and Zachros are the last ones. So, we'll come back to Therum because that's where we're going to be landing. Zachros is a terrestrial world with a nitrogen-methane atmosphere containing trace amounts of hydrocarbons. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of water, ice, and hydrocarbon slush. Most of the surface is not solid enough to support the full weight of a landed ship. If approach is necessary, use shuttles or keep the ship's mass envelope up. The Therum, which looks like it'll be where Liara is. Therum is a distant but rich industrial world claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. Its plentiful heavy metals have fueled the recent manufacturing boom on Earth. Core samples rich with the fossils of simple silicon-based organisms indicate Therum was more habitable in the past than it is at present. Perhaps this explains the many Prothean ruins dotting the surface, most of which have been looted by mining companies or corporations. Yep, Prothean ruins, so of course the archaeologist is going to be here. Alright. Let's see if Hope wants to hop up. Make it a little tricky to try to play. Okay. Yeah, suddenly a very different type of layout. This screams story progression. Gonna go ahead and save quick, and I'll just linger here for a moment. Wait and see what my cat wants to do.
Commander,
here.
I'm picking up some strange
Okay. Yes, she wants to hop up, so let's reposition slightly. Brief intermission. Alright. We'll see. Okay. Wait for her to lay down, because I'm not going to try to do this with her climbing on the desk. Okay. We'll just sit here for a moment. Nope. Not walking up there. Only downside to using mouse and keyboard and not using a controller for this. So I'm stuck just having to wait now. It's fine with Final Fantasy VIII, because I use a controller when I'm playing that, but after she managed to Alt F4 on Stardew, or no, she controlled W. Similar function still, but after she managed to actually close the game out while walking on the keyboard, it's like, we're not doing this anymore. Alright. Let's see what I can manage to do like this. Oh. Okay. Over there. Well, I now understand why it's a linear path. What is that? What are those? Oh, that's Geth, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Is that like a lot of Geth we're heading towards now? Is that what this is? Okay.
Trying to knock down the front doors inside the side window.
Okay. Oh man, now's not the time to be driving weird. Okay. So I think that's it. Those are, yeah, that's the turret. That's what that icon is. Got it. There's a lot of Geth up ahead. Where are the rest of these guys? Yes. Hello. Alright. Yes. You want attention, I hear you. So we'll just pause there for a sec. Hope can get her pets in. Yeah. Okay, well, in the meantime, I can handle levels. Oh, man. Alright, things are escalating. It's up first aid a little. It's up Spectre training. Okay, no one's been knocked out in combat yet, so hopefully I don't have to deal with that happening. Alright, up is first aid. Let's get electronics unlocked. And Tally. Up her basic armor. Up first aid by 1. Let's put 1 into pistols. Alright. Yeah, Hope, you can lay down if you want. Alright. Hope hop down. Wait for her to figure out she can walk out of the door. She's thrown off and doesn't realize she can. Okay. Alright, now that that's done. There's stuff in here that I need to look at, I think. I think I need to get out and interact with these controls. Okay. Alright, back to it. Got to reposition my chair so I'm not super leaning forward. Just open that gate. This is interesting, how this is all set up. Huh. I was wondering if that would still have enough of a burst to hit him. Go over here. Oh, jeez. That's bad. Oh, what am I doing? Around here. Oh no, we're not gonna get it. We failed. Well, meantime, let's do another equipment overhaul for everybody. And then I could turn stuff into Omnigel. Garrus. Yes. Nope. Is this a better Omni tool for him? Nah. Nope. Okay, good for that. That's better. Okay. So let's omni-gel these. I'm gonna better keep that one. Let's see, get up to, yep, got over 50. We'll just omni-gel that. Is that better? Omni-gel. Omni-gel the heavy armor because I'm never gonna wear it. Override. So that gate's open. Didn't explore the other side of this. Assuming there's an item in here I can get to. Well, nothing in this one. I guess that was inevitable, that would happen, but... Alright, so continuing on. Got me. Next one's over there. All right. Okay, the next group of them coming down. Missing dramatically. Okay, that's not good. Group for a sec, turn around. Got a turret up ahead. Took that out. A lot of experience with these guys. So is there more in this tunnel? Is there going to be like a side path I can take up here? Let's just do a quick save. Alright, so they're going to be around here. Okay, how close are we? Almost there. Let's Probably gonna have like one more. I'm assuming one more ship. Or, yeah. Okay, no problem. Any supplies over here that I can pick up? Nope, doesn't look like it. This feels like we're also heading towards a boss. I don't know that we've really... Well, I mean, I guess Fist counted as a boss. I'm assuming there's bosses of some sort in this. So, see what that's like. Get to it. Just about. Oh. Assuming it's forcing me to get out. Yeah. Yeah, forcing me to get out, and then I'm heading right into area with lots of cover. We got stuck. Assuming she'll just kind of warp up to us at some point. Otherwise, it's just Garrus and I going it alone. We'll do a new save. Where else is there? Still one more person out here. There it is. Okay. Interesting. Also, Tally, you still stuck back there. That's miserable. Don't love having to do this 2v, however many, instead of having all three. Feels like I'm inadvertently handicapping myself.
We got them all, Shepard.
For now, we got them all. We still have almost at the mining camp here. I gotta be... Yeah, we're already about to level up again. The experience from these guys is crazy. Okay. I was trying to hide, but the cutscene triggers. What's coming in next? Ooh, what is that? What is that? Oh, Colossus. Okay. We're jammed. Oh no.
Off the shield.
Down already? Man.
Lost shields!
How do I heal squad? Use first aid, V.
Off the shield.
Oh.
I'll patch it up.
Okay. Things getting weird. Okay, that didn't do anything.
Lost shields!
That's what I gotta take out.
Good to go.
Oh man. All right. We're just gonna max that out quick. And upper basic armor. Garrus, I need you to also be a little stronger. Myself as well. How do I... Alright. We're gonna jump to Google quick and figure out how do I res squad Mass Effect. How do I do that? Wait, revive after combat phase is over. Can't revive through Metagel. You get access to an ability called Unity Link. Okay, so I'm not able to right now. Still one lingering guy over here we gotta take out. Some guy's just like stuck back here. There we go. Alright. Well, that was definitely challenging. Probably would have gone better had Allie not just dropped immediately, but we made it through. Let's see what we're going to encounter next. We're jammed. Oh. Okay. What? From where? Oh, there's the other one. Okay.
Clear.
I don't mind seeing the jamming message because it just clues you in, like, hey, something knows you're here, it's emitting, it's trying to stop you. I like all these little side spots that, like...
It looks like this cavern formed around the ruin, after it was built.
Ooh. But what is this? Can I go through there? No. Okay. Got it. Okay, what are we heading towards now? Everyone's surprisingly chill after everything we've just encountered. Good.
Engaging target.
Oh. Garrus is down already?
Negative contacts, Commander.
Just lead the way.
You lead, I'll follow.
Okay. Oh, okay, a metagel heals everybody. Also something important for me to understand. Okay. It's definitely a time to be learning this on the fly. Oh, that's a big area. That feels like we're going to see a lot of stuff. Yeah, this feels like we're about to encounter a lot of things. Alright.
Hello? Could somebody help me? Please?
Oh.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
We hear you.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Benezia.
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
Perhaps.
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
What can we do?
Any suggestions on how we can help?
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh man, there's a lot of them. They just tanked that.
All targets down.
All targets down except for the one that's right there. Okay, well there's still more based on that. Area not clear of enemies.
All targets down.
What? Okay. Down. Down, left. Down, left. Down, left. Down, left, right, up, right. Down, left, right, up, right. Down, left, right, up, up. Down, left, right, up. Cool. Want to check if there's anything over here. Yes. Didn't think I was going to get that one done there. Thought I was going to get hit. Okay. So we drilled a hole and we're going under. Okay, and hopefully we don't encounter any Geth down here, but I feel like we're going to encounter that Krogan. Ooh. Oh yeah, these conveniently situated boxes totally don't hint at combat happening.
All targets down.
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
Superior firepower.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Okay.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Yeah.
Satan's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
Oh, please don't be a timed thing.
The whole place is caving in.
Need an escape plan.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
That makes me feel like they're gonna have a If it's one of those survive for 8 minutes, I could live with that one. I don't like having timed escape the thing type missions. Just never appeals to me. But the way this room is situated, like, come on. Alright. Armored Kermit the Frog.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
What do you want?
Is there a reason you're in my way?
The same reason you're here. The Asari. Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Patching you up.
Really, dude? We're down already. Put up much more. Oh. He's back up. Oh jeez.
Shield's disabled.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Oh jeez. Oh god. I'm dead. Oh no. Oh, why are you stuck? What is happening? Run! Oh no. Oh man. Resume last save. I'm assuming it auto-saved right here.
Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can.
That's not... Oh, jeez. This is going even worse. Okay.
Spare the Asari if you can.
Alright. Pistol didn't work against the Krogan. That was not how I expected to successfully do it. as long as there's no quick time events. Alright, they made it out. That was interesting.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
He saved
Joker
us.
pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction.
Yeah.
That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
50.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
What did you learn?
Did your research turn up anything interesting?
What is interesting is what I did not turn up. There is remarkably little archaeological evidence of the Protheans, and even less that might explain why they disappeared. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved.
Interesting.
It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research.
Vibe-based research, I get it.
But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
Who came before them?
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them.
Yeah.
And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
I can help you.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
Beacon.
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely
Hope is
rare.
back and wanting to hop
No
up,
wonder
it
the
looks
Geth
like.
attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
It's almost like you're a main
This isn't
character.
helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit or Saren.
You can still help us.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Welcome aboard.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
Yeah, we'll talk later.
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yeah.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
She wants to help us.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
It was.
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Okay. Alright. Oops, walking back out. So let's reposition again. Okay. So, a lot happened there.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing else to talk with there. Heat load monitor. There's a codex entry.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I think you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
How's the Normandy performing?
She's the Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander.
Okay,
I have
so
to
nothing
go.
else.
All right, see you.
Wise. Another one there. Another monitor. Okay. So let's just take a lap around talking with people, see if there's any new dialogue with anyone. And then I think I'll do another round through the journals and codex. Let's see, has Caden got anything new here?
Commander, do you have a minute?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Hear you.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. It's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
What did they train you for?
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled.
Yeah, I feel like I still don't fully grasp the biotic stuff.
Exposure to element 0 beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
You doubt it was
Is
accidental?
there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
It's Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Friends.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
And you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful.
I don't know why Kaidan's voice is so quiet compared to Shepard's during this.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Intentional
Do you know of any
exposures.
intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I want to know
We
my
have to
crew.
depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
I understand, ma'am. I won't let you down. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
What do you think?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
Okay. So there's Kaidan's update. Shepard's locker. Anything else here? Nope. Alright, so we got the left and right sides to check out, and then we'll go downstairs to talk to more people. Linus Metagel.
Yes,
Anything else from
Commander?
Dr. Chakwas?
Is there something you need?
Nope.
We should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Let's see. Alright, so now let's get to know Liara.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
I was
You
worried.
look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
Don't mention
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
I know.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
I'd like to talk about...
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Do you like it?
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Relax.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
You sound troubled.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many
Interesting.
years, but I know
Like,
her. And this was
I
not
think I'm
like
going to
her.
keep rolling with Garrus and
Something
Tally
changed.
for like my squads whenever I go out. But every single one of them in this is a very, very cool companion. Like, I don't think, like, the human ones, they feel more bland, but only because they're human. And that's what, you know, you are, what you're used to in this, like, going into a game like this. But, like, even they have unique aspects about them that make them pretty cool, too. Like I think in my head I have how I would rank everybody right now, like still relatively early on, but like there's none of them that if I was to do like a tier list of like which ones are S tier, A tier, whatever, like there's none that I would like really rank. I think maybe I'd rank someone at a C at the lowest right now, and even that I don't think I would. Like I think everyone's like I would put at like a B or higher as far as like the quality. Maybe I'll have some dialogue with one of them that makes me sour on them, but so far they're all very cool and very unique.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Who's your
Do you know
partner?
who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I don't know.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters
Interesting.
inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible
That's
Benezia's partner was
interesting.
embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
It's terrible.
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
How do they deal
You
with that?
Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Okay.
I should go.
Cool.
Goodbye, Shepard.
There's definitely a lot of stuff learned about. Like, I love that that's like part of the dialogue option with that. It's Shepard being able to ask, like, tell me about your culture. Like let's understand how we each live our lives. And the fact that it like goes into a lot of detail is really cool. Let's head down. See, we still have to talk to Ashley, Garrus, Rex, and Tali. Tali will be in that one room.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
You talking?
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Saren?
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
Interesting.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
That's interesting.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one.
I bet lots of guards and things.
They were no match for
There
us.
has to have been something on it.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Okay.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Okay. Alright, yeah, we've got all 6 of them now.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander.
Alright.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure.
So it seems like Ashley might not be on board with aliens in general.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
She may be dropping down the list here a little bit more.
I know things are different aboard the Normandy,
Yep,
but
there it is.
I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
What do you mean?
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies.
Yeah.
We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves
Oh,
doesn't mean
looks like
standing
Ashley
alone.
just dropped
I don't
down
think we
to
should
C
turn down
tier.
allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
I don't see that as inevitable.
Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't
Down to
human.
D tier.
It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Service.
Doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Sounds like there's something that occurred on that rotation.
Family I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. So why are you out here? Just trying to get away from Earth?
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold breaking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh Lord, you went to the Makapog boot camp too? Yeah, Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there, kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
Have to work with it.
All right, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams, but this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
Dismissed, Chief.
Alright.
Ma'am.
Well, Ashley has dropped down quite a bit after that conversation.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
I hear this one already.
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
See.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Alright.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright. What do I have that I could potentially sell? I think we want to on to okay, I did get a level up, so let's do this quick. Assault rifles are finished. Let's do one to sniper rifles. Check if there's any new equipment. Ooh, new sniper rifle. Let's go with that one. That's not a big enough upgrade, I think. I'm going to let's see. Put Tali. Do we have upgrades for her? That. Do that. That sniper. Garrus. He's already got that one. It's good there. Good. Give him that sniper. Okay. Alright. Let's sell the rest of this.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
See, we got these upgrades. Sell that. Sell that. Let's do more of those. Okay, so she's good there. So yeah, let's do Tali. Damage versus organics. Increase accuracy. Damage versus synthetics. increased and better stability. Extra weapon force. Better accuracy. Garrus, I don't think all of his stuff is, yeah. Increased weapon force. Increased heat absorption. Yes, extra shield bypass, even if it deals less damage. Increases accuracy. What's on it right now? Give them better shields. Poly. What do I want mine? Right, mine's extra health regen. Okay. Yes, then back here is Tali.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
See you later.
Bumbled that.
Hey, Shepard. Do you need something?
There was options there that I missed.
See you
It
later.
looked like. That's frustrating.
Hey, Shepard. Do you need something?
I should go.
See you
Unfortunate.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright. Okay, so journal. We still have to go to Ferris and Novaria. Where are we at here? A lot of those to still get. 9 more Turian insignias, 7 more Sari ratings. A bunch of those to go. But we have 2 things at the Citadel we could turn in. I'm going to save quick, and then we'll go through the latest Codex entries. Alright, we got a lot. Council races. Alright, Asari culture. Because of their long lifespan, Asari tend to have a long view not common in other races. When they encounter a new species or situation, the Asari are more comfortable with an extended period of passive observation and study than immediate action. They are unfazed that some of their investments or decisions may not pay off for decades or centuries. Matriarchs can seem to make incomprehensible decisions, but their insight is evident when their carefully laid plans come to fruition. In interstellar relations, this long view manifests in an unspoken policy of centrism. The Asari instinctively seek to maintain stable balances of economic, political, and military power. Traditionally, Asari spread their influence through cultural domination and intellectual superiority. They invite new species of advanced development to join the galactic community, knowing that their ideals and beliefs will inevitably influence the existing culture. Solarians, League of One. Before they joined the Citadel Council, the Solarians' most potent military tool was a small reconnaissance team known as the League of One. Their primary training was in espionage and assassination. Never more than a dozen strong, the team was adept at infiltrating the tightest defenses and eliminating all necessary obstacles. Only a few top members of government and military were privy to the League's identities. League members wore no distinguishing garments and held no particular rank. The only evidence of their participation in the League was a small medallion presented to each member upon induction. This secrecy was maintained until the formation of the Council. In an effort to dispel rumors and appease their new Asari partners, the Solarian Union released all classified documents pertaining to the League. The League of One was suddenly exposed and in danger of being hunted by enemies of the Solarians. Before any harm could be done, the team mysteriously disappeared. Most assumed this was a convenient lie to help hide their identities, but a few months later, the inner cabinet was murdered. Though there was no incriminating evidence, it was clear who was responsible. Realizing the threat posed by this rogue outfit, the Special Task Groups dispatched a team of hunters. When they didn't return, the STG dispatched 10 of its brightest operators with broad discretionary powers. Only 2 returned. They reported no evidence of the League. No further incidents were reported, and it was assumed the League was wiped out. Some recently declassified documents, however, suggest that there may have been a 13th member who eluded the Solarian military. Interesting. Turian's culture. While Turians are individuals with personal desires, their instinct is to equate the self with the group and set aside personal desires for the good of all. Turians are taught to have a strong sense of personal accountability, the Turian honor that other races find so remarkable. Turians are taught to own every decision they make, good or ill. The worst sin they can make in the eyes of their people is to lie about their own actions. Turians who murder will try to get away with it, but if directly questioned, most will confess the crime. Turians have a strong inclination toward public service and self-sacrifice. They tend to be poor entrepreneurs. To compensate, they accepted the mercantile Volus as a client race offering protection in exchange for their fiscal expertise. It's going to be a lot of reading. Turian military is the center of their society. It is not just an armed force, it is an all-encompassing public works organization. The military police are also the civic police. The fire brigades serve the civilian population as well as military facilities. Corps of Engineers builds and maintains spaceports, schools, water purification plants, and power stations. The Merchant Marine ensures that all worlds get needed resources. Right, Turian's military doctrine. Although they... Cat hair on my mouth. There we go. Although they lack the brutality of the Krogan, the skill of the Asari, and the virtuosity of the humans, the Turian military has formidable discipline. Officers and NCOs are lifers with years of field experience. Enlisted personnel are thoroughly trained and stay calm under fire. Turian units don't break. Even if their entire line collapses, they fall back in order, setting ambushes as they go. A popular saying holds, you will only see a Turian's back once he's dead. Boot camp begins on the 15th birthday. Soldiers receive a year of training before being assigned to a field unit. Officers train for even longer. Most serve until the age of 30, at which point they become part of the reserves. Even if they suffer injuries preventing frontline service, most do support work behind the lines. Biotics are uncommon. While admired for their exacting skills, biotics motives are not always fully trusted by the common soldier. Turians prefer to assign their biotics to a specialist teams called cabals. Command and control is decentralized and flexible. Individual squads can call for artillery and air support. They make extensive use of combat drones for light duties and practice combined arms. Infantry operates with armor, supported by overhead gunships. Strategically, they are methodical and patient and dislike risky operations. Tradition is important. Each legion has a full-time staff of historians who chronicle its battle honors in detail. Oldest have records dating back to the Turian Iron Age. If a legion is destroyed in battle, it is reconstituted rather than replaced. The Turians recruit auxiliary units from conquered or absorbed minor races. Auxiliaries are generally light infantry or armored cavalry units that screen and support the main Turian formations. At the conclusion of their service in the auxiliaries, recruits are granted Turian citizenship. Alright. Extinct races. Okay, so we read the Beacon one, I believe, already. Cipher. Protean Beacon downloaded its knowledge into Lieutenant Commander Shepard on Eden Prime, causing confusing dreams and visions. While the imagery is becoming clearer with time, the meaning of the Beacon communication remains elusive. It has been suggested that Protean data recording is highly dependent on a certain point of view, what Carl Jung describes as the collective unconscious. The cipher needed to comprehend the images implanted in Shepard's mind is the cultural knowledge of a Prothean. The archetypes, biological instincts, and common experiences universal to the race. Since the Protheans have been dead for millennia, it may be impossible to acquire this cipher. Alright, now non-council races. Alright, so Geth armatures and hoppers we gotta read about. Armatures are quadruped, all-terrain, heavy weapon platforms akin to the armored fighting vehicles of other races. Geth being synthetic intelligences, armatures are not crude vehicles but intelligent entities, capable of independent decision-making and learning. Armatures are equipped with heavy kinetic barriers. Their main cannon mounted on the articulated head turret appears to be the highly efficient conventional mass accelerator. It is capable of firing in anti-personnel and anti-tank modes. Some armatures carry drones into battle, presumably for reconnaissance purposes. Others host a swarm of insect-sized repair microbots. I do not care for these guys. Geth models collectively dubbed Hoppers by Alliance forces are electronic warfare platforms. They can project electromagnetic radiation across a broad spectrum as an offensive weapon. They can also perform cyber warfare attacks against the onboard computers of body armor, hard suits, and weapons, adversely affecting their performance. The structure of Hoppers consists of an advanced and highly elastic artificial muscle material. This allows a Hopper to compress its entire body for powerful leaps. Hoppers also have thousands of molecule-scale barbs on the surfaces of their hands and feet, which are used to cling to walls and ceilings. Hoppers are very difficult targets, leaping from one surface to another in rapid succession. Quarians have no record of any Geth models similar to Hoppers. This new morphotype must have been developed over the last 300 years by the Geth themselves. This is troubling proof that the Geth are continuing to move toward technological singularity. Experts in synthetic life are intrigued that Hoppers appear to be even more organic than the baseline Geth. The identified subtypes of Hoppers have been codenamed Sapper, Stalker, and Ghost. Yeah, not a fan of them. Humanity and the Systems Alliance. System Alliance N7. Alliance Military Vocational Code System classifies the career path of all serving personnel. The MVC consists of one letter and one number. A soldier's MVC indicates proficiency, not rank. Letter notes career path. Number indicates level of experience, as indicated by service record, technical scores, and commendations. All 26 letters are used, and numbers run from 1 to 7. N is the letter code for Special Forces personnel. Planets and locations. Did we read about Arcturus Station? Yes, we did read that one. All right. Gagarin Station. Gagarin Station is the largest deep space station built by humanity. A Bernal sphere designed with a 500-meter diameter habitable area. It was constructed beyond Pluto, nearly 80 astronomical units from Sol. Moving crew and material to this location bankrupted most of the backers. Gagarin was placed at the inner edge of the heliopause, the point at which the solar wind can no longer push back the interstellar medium. It was built to test a number of faster-than-light drive principles that theoretically could only occur in interstellar space. The station was nicknamed Jump Zero as it was intended to be the jumping-off point for humanity's expansion into the galaxy. Shortly after the station was completed, the Prothean ruins were discovered on Mars, rendering the entire effort moot. Oh, that sucks. After struggling to make a profit for a decade, Gagarin was sold to the Systems Alliance at $21.59 for a fraction of its construction costs. The Alliance refurbished it as a research and training center for the recently discovered biotic phenomenon. In 2169, the Biotic Acclimation and Training Program was shut down and Gagarin became a general research facility. Its remote location and intentional isolation from the extranet makes it popular for dangerous research, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Humanity's first stable AI, the Alliance-sponsored ELIZA, achieved sapience at Gagarin in 2172. Today, Gagarin Station has a permanent population of approximately 9,000. A plan has been proposed to move it to the gravitationally stable Berry Center point between Pluto and the Charon Relay, allowing it to serve as a gateway facility between the Sol and Arcturus system. The high cost of safely removing its mass has delayed this indefinitely. Almost there. Okay. New space travelers ask, what does it look like outside a ship moving at faster than light speed? Part of the answer can be seen in a simple pane of glass. Light travels slower through glass than it does through open air. Light also moves slower in conventional space than it does in a high-speed mass effect field. This causes refraction. Any light entering at an angle is bent and separated into a spectrum. Objects outside the ship will appear refracted. The greater the difference between the objective exterior and subjective interior speeds of light, the greater the refraction. As the subjective speed of light is raised within the field, objects outside will appear to redshift, eventually becoming invisible only to radio telescope antenna. High-energy electromagnetic sources normally hidden to the eye become visible in the high blue spectrum. As the speed of light continues to be raised, X-ray, gamma ray, and eventually cosmic ray sources become visible. Stars will be replaced by pulsars, the accretion disks of black holes, quasars, and gamma ray bursts. To an outside observer, a ship within a mass effect drive envelope appears blue-shifted. If within a field that allows travel at twice the speed of light, any radiation it emits has twice the energy as normal. If the ship is in a field of about 200 times light speed, it radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays, and the infrared heat from the hull is blue-shifted up into the visible spectrum or higher. Ships move at FTL are visible at greater distances. Their signature will only propagate at the speed of light. Alright, so this paragraph about to an outside observer, and it walks through, if you're twice the speed of light, radiation emits is twice the energy as normal. Ship is in a field about 200 times light speed. It radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays, and infrared heat from the hull is blue shifted up into the visible spectrum or higher. I love how that's written. Because if someone was so inclined, they could break that math out. Looking at the just the spectrum going from nanometers, visible light, that's nanometers, 5 to 450-ish to 750-ish nanometers. And then once you get into microns, you're getting into the infrared and stuff. So the way they have this written, like, there's probably a formula if someone hasn't already done this in the community, because this game's been out 18 years. Someone's probably mocked up the math. May not be physically accurate, big picture, but in the context of the game, is at least a representative formula to describe, based on the speed of light you're going, how it would radiate. Which is fun. As soon as they started showing some numbers in this one, my mind immediately went to, cool. Like, they're taking the scientific backing they're giving the player to explain all this, and they're adding just that little bit of extra detail that now if someone's really into it, they can start sketching this stuff out and be like, okay, like, you hand it to someone at NASA today, they'd probably be like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? But in the context of the game, it's like, that's that extra little nugget of information that gives it that believability to what they're describing. Alright, FTL drive charge. As positive or negative electric current is passed through an FTL drive cord, it acquires a static electrical charge. Drives can be operated on average 50 hours before they reach charge saturation. This changes proportional to the magnitude of mass reduction. A heavier or faster ship reaches saturation more quickly. If the charge is allowed to build, the core will discharge into the hull of a ship. All ungrounded crew members are fried to a crisp, all electronic systems are burned out, and metal bulkheads may be melted and fused together. The safest way to discharge a core is to land on a planet and establish a connection to the ground like a lightning rod. Larger vessels like dreadnoughts cannot land and must discharge into a planetary magnetic field. Ship passes the charge from the drive core to the exterior armored hull, then dives into the magnetic field. As the hull discharges, sheets of lightning jump away under the field, creating beautiful auroral displays on the planet. Ship must retract its sensors and weapons while dumping charges to prevent damage, leaving it blind and helpless. Discharging at a moon with a weak magnetic field can take days. Discharging into the powerful field of a gas giant may require less than an hour. Deep space facilities such as the Citadel often have special discharge facilities for visiting ships. So again, this, if they give you just a few numbers, a person could work out the math there to be like, what is the connection based on the ship's sensors and weapons payloads that are on it, the characteristics of those, and then the magnetic fields of the surrounding planets to tell you, like, okay, like, this is basically the formula for this ship. This is how long it will take to discharge at each of these locations. So also really cool. That, like, again, that extra nugget of information that lets you, like, kind of think about how like the engineering groups on these ships operate and what they're doing, which I really like, being a physicist and an engineer, and not with this type of stuff, but having to think about those types of considerations with technologies is really cool to get to see in a video game like this. Alright, space combat endurance. Heat limits the length and intensity of ship-to-ship combat. Starships generate enormous heat when they fire high-energy weapons, perform maneuvering burns, and run onboard combat electronics. In combat, warships produce heat more quickly than they can disperse it. As heat builds within a vessel, the crewed spaces become increasingly uncomfortable. Before the heat reaches lethal levels, a ship must win or retreat by entering FTL. After an FTL run, the ship halts, shuts down non-essential systems, then activates the heat radiation gear. Combat endurance varies by ship design and by the battle's location. Battles in deep cold of interstellar space can go on for some time. Engagements close to a star are brief. Since habitable worlds are usually close to a star, battles over them are frantic. Makes sense? Now, heat management. Dispersal of heat generated by onboard systems is a critical issue for a ship. If it cannot deal with heat, the crew may be cooked within the hull. Radiation is the only way to shed heat in a vacuum. Civilian vessels utilize large, fragile radiator panels that are impossible to armor. Warships use diffuse radiator arrays, ceramic strips along the exterior of the armored hull. So I'm assuming that's probably what this... I'm guessing that's maybe this one here. Because when I picture ceramics, it's usually like a red or an orange color. assuming that they didn't paint this, so that's kind of what I'm assuming on each of these ships. That's what those are representing. But that's just me guessing offhand without having seen like concept art with diagrams and stuff. These make the ship appear striped to a thermographic sensors. Since the arrangement of the stripes depends on the internal configuration of the ship, the patterns for each vessel are unique and striking. Okay, so maybe not. It might be more embedded within the material. Since the arrangement of the... On older ships, the DRA strips could become red or white hot, dubbed tiger stripes or war paint by humans. The glowing DRA had a psychological impact on pirates and irregular forces. Strip radiators are not as efficient as panels, but if damaged by enemy fire, the ship only loses a small portion of its total radiation capacity. In most cases, a vessel's DRA alone allows it to cruise with no difficulties. Operations deep within a solar system could cause problems. A ship engaged in combat can produce titanic amounts of heat from maneuvering burns and weapons fire. When fighting in a high heat environment, warships employ high-efficiency droplet heat sinks. In a droplet system, tanks of liquid sodium or lithium absorb heat within the ship. The liquid is vented from spray nozzles near the bow as a thin sheet of millions of micrometer scale droplets. The droplets are caught at the stern and recycled into the system. A droplet system could sink 10 to 100 times as much heat as DRA strips. Droplet sheets resemble a surface ship's wake through the water. The wake peels out in sharp turns, spreading a fan of droplets as the ship changes vectors and leaves the coolant behind. Alright, technology. We read about biotic amps. Training. Biotic implants and amplifiers only provide the potential to create coherent mass effect fields. Whether biotics can actually do so is largely determined by their training. Biotics must develop conscious control over their nervous systems, sending specific electrical impulses to the element zero nodules embedded in their nerves. They are taught to use their implants and amps with biofeedback devices and physical mnemonics. Specific gestures or muscle movements fire the proper sequence of nerves to activate a certain skill. Conatix Industries pioneered biotic training with the Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training Program. Although BAT did not achieve the desired results, many techniques taught are still used today. Many humans think tanks are trying to develop... Oh, many human think tanks. They don't think tanks are trying to develop it. Many human think tanks are trying to develop some form of biotic super soldier. Most are benign efforts to create more flexible troops. Others, less publicly known, are unapologetic attempts to create Nietzschean supermen. Alright. So not as many of these ones.
After the Geth secure a location, Thresher Maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, Thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a Thresher
and that lets me know I'm gonna see them fairly often.
Only the head and tentacles erupt from the earth to attack.
In
addition to physical attacks,
they're not.
Threshers have the
that first one was very intimidating. The second one a little less so. I think I'm getting used to them. What I am concerned about will be having to face two at once. That I don't know that I'm comfortable with right now.
After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry Threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging Threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
Makes sense.
Faster-than-light drives use Element Zero core. Ship mobility dominates space combat. The primary objective is to align the mass accelerator along the
learning
bow
about
of
the space
opposing
combat,
vessel's broadside.
if that
Battles
will be a
typically
thing that I
play
get
out
to
as
do in this
artillery
game.
duels, fought at ranges measured in thousands
That will
of
be
kilometers.
interesting if there is going to be a
Assaults
sequence
through
where I'm
defended mass relays
piloting
often
the
occur
Normandy
at
itself.
knife fight ranges, as close as a few dozen kilometers. Most ship-to-ship engagements are skirmishes between patrol vessels of cruiser weight and below, with dreadnoughts
Thank you for the bits, I appreciate it.
in full-scale fleet actions. Battles in open space are short and often inconclusive, as the weaker opponent typically disengages. Once a ship enters FTL flight, the combat is effectively over. There are no sensors capable of tracking them, or weapons capable of damaging them. The only way to guarantee an enemy will stand and fight is to attack a location they have a vested interest in, such as a settled world or a strategically important mass relay.
Okay. So it was a lot of secondary ones I had to read through, not as many main ones that time. Okay, yeah, so a lot of missions and tasks to do there. So let's head back up. So I think I'll want to go back to the Citadel to turn in those side quests. Upstairs. But I think that is what we'll start with next week. I think I'm probably going to wrap up here. Nothing back there, yeah. So it was a good amount of progress today. Yeah, good ending music. Okay, yeah, we got more progress in Paragon there. So I'm just going to save it again because my compulsive saving to avoid issues. Alright, so yeah, so a lot of progress this week. We explored a few systems, we finished exploring the one system that we had worked on last week, and then went to another one, explored that fully to work on some of the side missions, finished a few in the process, and then went to find Liara to continue the main story. So we now have all 6 squad members, all of them very cool, very unique. Even though Ashley has fallen down the ratings a little bit for being a racist. Understandable. Not that understandable that she is racist. Understandable that she would fall in ranking because of that. Yeah. Not on board with that part of it, so she's dropping a bit more now. She's definitely number 6 out of the 6 at this point. I think Tali is my favorite right now, followed by Garrus. Liara seems very cool so far. I think she just slightly below Garrus right now. As far as just the backstory and dialogue and stuff. Then I think Rex and Kaidan are very close right now. I think right now it's Rex followed by Kaidan. But that could flip too. I think those two are solidly locked into 4 and 5, but might just flip back and forth. But those top 3 are probably going to remain the top 3 throughout, I think. Tali, Garrus, and Liara. So yeah, so we finished that up. So next week we'll go to the Citadel. We'll turn in. We have 2 or 3 quests to turn in there. Get those rewards. Maybe talk to some people, see if there's any other missions we pick up there. Maybe we'll pick a random system and just explore that briefly before continuing the main story. Because we got, Novia or whatever it is, and Ferris are the next 2 planets to check out. So we'll get to one of them next week. I'll probably just pick it on the fly there, based on everything else we do. But definitely having a ton of fun with it. This game is just, there's so much to it, and there's so much care that was put into the world building and backstory, and it's all totally optional. You don't have to take the time to look at any of that stuff if you don't want to. But I really love how detailed it is. Very, very happy with this. Having so much fun with it. So yeah. So we'll wrap up there. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with some Stardew Valley. We'll be back next Friday with more Mass Effect. So I appreciate everyone who tuned in. I hope everyone had fun watching. I had a ton of fun playing, talking about the game. Yeah. Hope you all have a good